What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn
another damn
podcast.
podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
338. Damn it.
Hmm.
338.
Getting up there, getting up there.
How you feeling, kid?
Recuperating still.
The first Thanksgiving, tell the people how it went.
The first Thanksgiving in the house, it went amazing. I was kind of panicked because, I wanted everything to be perfect and my vision, I was like, I had a vision in my head, and until I saw it laid out, I wasn't gonna be okay. And then once, I set up the tables, got the tablecloths down, did the other stuff, started making the food. When they start coming together, it's like, okay, we're gonna pull this off. We're gonna pull this off. We are. And just making sure everything was just gonna go as according to plan. We had a minor hiccup, but we got through our minor hiccup and everything came out good. The people were happy. We really didn't have any extra food, like really too much to pack up. And that's a good sign that Marcus said. That means that the food was good. Like if the food, if there's a lot of food left over, people don't want to take extra home. It's like,
That's
your food wasn't
that's
hidden.
some food that tastes like wood. And ain't
Your food wasn't hidden.
nobody have to say no to KO Pectate afterwards. It was the first and last time KO Pectate was mentioned in a rap
Was
song.
rhyming a song. That's impressive though. The KO peptide, that was an impressive line.
Ooh, that tastes like wood.
Looks like cheese. Like, what's he talking about? Yuck. That food sounds disgusting. But everybody had a good time and people left within a good time frame, because that's another thing we host. Is like,
Got
okay,
the fuck out of there. I'll tell my story in a second.
are people still going to be here after midnight? Because
Well, nah,
yeah,
y'all,
Thanksgiving.
y'all let them stay. I get them the fuck out. You know me and shit.
Thanksgiving technically ends. No, but everybody, like, everybody left pretty, on their own. Like it wasn't like, oh, you had to like start turning off lights and start putting on your pajamas. You like kind of do that to to
Start
signal for people to
putting
leave.
shit away. It's like, yeah, we start putting shit away. You know, it's time to go. Like breaking tables down, all of that shit. You still here and shit. Yeah. Breaking tables down, you can get the fuck out and shit. Yeah. Folding the chairs up, that kind of shit. It's like
Putting on pajamas, you change your clothes. That's a good one.
still want to run their mouth and shit.
But
Turn the
no, we didn't have it.
turn all the TVs off, all of that shit. It's like you still here and shit.
Like I said, people like they were out or wherever. I said pretty much after that last game ended,
Yeah,
people had left. Yeah,
the fourth game ended. Yeah.
yeah. By then, I don't even think they were really watching the game. I think they were like playing the basketball hoop downstairs in, in the basement. They were playing with that. Yeah, I guess that game maybe wasn't nothing. I don't know.
You know, football is hit or miss.
They'll put like the one that they want, that they know that people, the prime ones that they'll put in the earlier slot, and then the one that's kind of like, okay, we could just kind of hide this one at the end. They kind of
People
do
got the
that.
itis by then. That's the itis game we're
The
calling.
itis game.
NBC game is the itis game we're calling.
But no, everything went really well. And we had, like I said, well, the next day I didn't leave the house at all. That Friday, I just stayed in the house and I just rested the whole day. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to rest. I'm going to finish my cleaning up. I finished my cleaning up. And yeah.
Got the house back in order.
Yeah, I just have to take my tables down. That's pretty much it, because I have to put them in the basement for storage.
You
But
just
I'm like, okay.
feel like doing the shit. Yeah,
I don't feel like doing that. They can, Main thing is like, I never leave the dirty dishes. Like dirty dishes got taken care of the same night. Like I don't leave the dirty, like, no, I'm not leaving food out. I'm not leaving dirty dishes. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
But then the next day I like, cleaned off all the tables, got that straight. So I mean, I'm pretty much the house is pretty much back to, normal. Just have to do like some minor cleaning, but that's pretty much it. Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about my Thanksgiving festivities. Yeah. Started off, did a little cooking myself. Well, I was helping Babe with her cooking, yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
he always does, yeah, a little Thanksgiving, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
Babe was feeling under the weather, so she ended up not making it out because she was going to make her a couple of stops, including the kids' house. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not making them because she wasn't feeling well. So I ended up having to help finish with the food. Almost burnt the mac, by the way, because not banning it, but I got it out just in time before it got burnt. So
You see, I'm doing the macaroni. You can't mess with the macaroni and cheese.
almost burnt
Can't
the
mess it up.
mac. Cause, yeah, because I wasn't planning on cooking like that. Yeah, and the dressing was good. Yeah, like some we did. Yeah, little, the Thanksgiving thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and after that, I went, yeah, she said, well, go hang out with your family. It's like, yeah, you don't have to miss out because I'm not feeling well. So I was like, okay, yeah. So and I knew it was going to be your first one. So I didn't want to, the kids definitely wanted to see me. Khalil was like complaining as soon as I walked in. Cause like the funny part is like, our mom was, she said, Khalil was just asking, where's Uncle Us? Where's Uncle Us? And as soon as I walked in,
He
Ariana,
was.
Ariana points like, there he is right there. It's like, yeah, I just walked.
My Uncle I's coming. When's he coming? I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I can't. He's not in my pocket.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
was a little bit later than I anticipated. I was making sure Babe was good before, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the other way, so yeah.
Yeah.
So then I showed up, yeah, like hung out with the fam, yeah. Definitely a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. Yeah. Kids
Yeah.
were happy, yeah, especially Khalil. Yeah, it's the little homie there. I'm just saying. Then after our Thanksgiving festivities. Then went back and then the Friday, yeah, had a little date night with Babe because I was able to get my hands on tickets. It was Faith Evans, Kelly Price, and John B at the Chicago
Oh,
Theater.
the R&B thing, right? The R&B
Yeah,
jam. I
yeah.
went, man. Because I
And
still haven't seen John B live. I want to see John
that was
B
my
live.
first time seeing him live. And now I said my first interview when I started in radio, it started at Power, was John B. Very
Hey.
first interview. Yeah, I was a part of was John B. Yeah. I still got the pic. Like it was somewhere circular. I might post it again. Like from like 2001 or whatever year that was. I had the braids back then, so definitely looked a little different. Yeah.
If you look okay, like
Gotta
nice.
post my so I think the show was like Friday was cold in the motherfuckers. Like that's the thing. That temperature definitely wasn't playing on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't leave the house on Friday. I didn't leave it at all.
Friday it was a lot going on. So because it was Black Friday, you had the thing at Chicago Theater was going on down there. Hamilton's back. Is like they
Yeah,
downtown.
Hamilton. I still gotta go. I gotta get to see Hamilton. I gotta
And
go.
then another theater like Betty Boop is playing down too. Like they got a
Oh yeah, I
Betty
saw
Boop.
Betty Boop is there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all of that's going on. And I think the Nutcracker started too. There's a lot going on downtown. So the parking situation became interesting. Like yeah, because like all the lots is like lot full, lot full. I think that was mostly because of the Black Friday shopping. Because
Yeah,
a lot of people out, like Macy's, like all the stores, like on State
all the
Street,
story.
they all right
Mm-hmm.
there. It's like yeah,
All the states and stores are right
right
there.
by the
Yeah.
Chicago Theater, they're all right there. So all those lots. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to park a ways up, yeah. So I dropped
Yeah.
at the theater. I said, I ain't gonna walk out here and all this. So
You
I
gonna walk
like
at this.
I had to park like 3, 4 blocks away. I ended up finding
Even
something.
though the downtown blocks are short, but when that wind started blowing, you like
And
it's right by the lake. It's
then
cold.
I had to
Right
go
by the
back to the car, like which I won't tell why, but you read between the lines. Like I had to go back.
Oh yeah, I know why you had to go back. Yeah. Okay.
I got to drop something off. I had to go, had to go back.
Continue. Shit
So
happens, but continue.
yeah, so then we made it in. Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
It was Kelly Price, like to quote our mom, that girl can sing, right there, as they say. Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly Price can sing. Yeah, she can sing. She was a friend of mine. When she first sang that, we were like, "Whoa, who is that?" We were like, "Who is that singing over there?" She came out the gate swinging with that.
Shout out to DJ Reese, who was there, like on crowd control, like hyping the crowd up. Yeah, Also, Beyonce Fox was the host for the evening, so I had yes people that I know were a part of the show. But yeah,
Nice.
shout
I was
out
like,
Deli Dell was there. I didn't get to see him though, because like Beyonce shouted him out, and I was like, oh, the homie was in the building, he was in the audience. Never got to see him. I would have definitely caught up with the homie. Oh, Deli Dell is here. That's the homie. I've known Deli for like over 20 years.
And I met him briefly. Like I got a chance to finally meet him when he was working with
I
Marcus. Yeah.
know Deli since my KKC days. Like
Yeah.
that dude a long time. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, he was there because he got shouted out. I was like, oh, Deli Dell in the building. So,
Nice.
so
Perfect way to like wrap up. Like I said, but the whole Black Friday thing, I'm not even going to attempt to go out because I know that these Black Friday crowds are going to be
definitely. And yeah, I was
ridiculous.
and I was downtown, and that's like it's a huge shopping district, so it was a lot of so
Yeah,
we
that's the Mecca in Chicago, basically.
because
Or like the suburban malls, like the
yeah,
suburban malls
yeah,
and
the
then
malls,
downtown.
yeah, malls, and then downtown. Like downtown is the shopping district in Chicago, like that, and then like you have your surrounding malls, like pretty much.
I did buy something Black Friday, but I did this. I did on my phone.
Baby,
I bought my
and I
I bought my my ugly holiday matching family pajamas. That's what I did because I saw they had a sale and I bought my family pajamas on Friday.
yeah, we might. We're talking about doing a pajama pick. We talked about it
Yeah,
too.
you gotta do it. Order your pajamas now so they can be delivered because mine they said to be here by the 4th. That's what they said mine to be here by the 4th. So order them now.
Okay.
They get here early because if you don't, then you'll be in the store trying to like find something and you just kind of get like what's on
Yes.
the rack, like kind of last minute. You have to kind of like just pick what's available in your size. Yeah.
But overall, I think it was good. I said the crowds and then the cold is like, but I think it was a great date night.
Nice.
It was dope. Yeah.
Well, you had a date night. We had family fun on Saturday. That's what we did. We
And
went
so
to
you had festivities as well this
yeah,
weekend.
festivities. We went to the circus. We went to the Shrine Circus and
Ah, that's right, the Shrine Circus.
at the
Not
Civic Fair. Yeah.
not at Medina Temple. Now it's at the Hammond Civic Center now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was at
And we went
Medina for
and
which Medina is now the
now Bally's.
oh yeah. It's like yeah, that's where Medina those that don't know, yeah. It was Bloomingdale's for a while, now it's the
Yeah, it
Bellies.
was Bloomies here for a while, but now it's Bally's now.
Medina Temple back in the day where they would have the Shrine Circus.
Shrine Circus. Well, we would always go to it. Yeah. For a school trip, we would go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the kids had a great time because Ariana didn't remember the circus the last time she went. I think I took Ari when she was 3 and Khalil was a baby.
Yeah.
I think that was the last time we went to the Shrine Circus.
Yeah.
And Ariana was like, I don't remember this. Like, no. I'm like, okay, you don't remember it. Okay, it's fine. But the kids had a ball. They got to ride the elephant and the camel because they wanted to ride both the elephant and the camel. Um, they got their snacks. They got balloons. They got light up toys. They
They face painted.
not Facebook. We didn't have time to do that. Yeah, because we got there a little bit later than like what we wanted to because we had to make some stops beforehand.
Yeah, because we never get
Here
anywhere
for the
on time. That's why I get it.
cold weather, we had to get the kids their boots. Like we were getting them their snow boots for and I'm glad we did because now it's snowing. Like we had to get them their new snow boots for
Our
the
first snow
season.
on Sunday, yeah. Which
Yeah.
as we record this is I'm looking out. There's the snow right now out the window. Yeah.
We were like, we gotta get these snow boots for the kids. We're like, it's about to start snowing, so let's get these snow boots for the kids. So we went and got their boots. But they had a ball at the circus, and so like they had this one circus act where like it was a couple, it was a man and a woman, like they were riding. He was riding the bike on like this cable that like went like right up to like where we were sitting, and
Okay.
he was like she was like spinning in like this thing under the bike and. Like when they did that summer, so they did the spin on the wire with the bike and the girl and the little thing under the bike. We were like,
Yeah.
like okay, like that was kind of like, wow. But
How long they practice that shit is like be like.
if when they rolled up to us and we were like, we picked the right seat because like, they rode right up to where we were sitting, like they were like right there, like right in front of us. And Ariana was like waving to the girl. The girl was smiling, waving at Ariana. And what else did they have? They had like aerialists, like the people doing like the like how like the Cirque du Soleil type thing. They had that. They had dancing the dancing horses, and one of the horses did a moonwalk. Because when they started playing Billie Jean, I said he's fine. I said the horse did a moonwalk, and the horse did the moonwalk.
The horse have a fedora on and shit. Yeah.
The horse was like he did the moonwalk.
A white glove on the horse's hoof.
No, but not the
A fedora and shit. Sequin jacket on, sequin saddle on that horse. There we go. Yeah, put the sequin salad. So,
But the show was really nice. It was a really fun time. The kids had a ball. Marcus had a good time too because he was like, yeah, it was his first time going to
I
the
had been
circus.
to the. I actually had never been to the
Yeah, it
circus.
was like his first time going. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't think he even went to the Shrine Circus. I don't think.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, like it was cool. He's like, yeah, I had a good time. But
Circus.
that temperature drop, like I said, once again, so like we had to make sure that he started the car to make sure that he had the car warm for us before we got because he was like, yeah, this temperature dropped. So he was like, let me do that so we won't freeze
Yeah.
going in the car. But winter is upon us. I think that now we can officially say that. I know it's still a couple of weeks left to fall, but
We got the first snowfall. We can go with say winter's
it's
here.
looking real looking real
It's safe to say
winterish
because
now.
we're past Thanksgiving and we got some snow, so I'm comfortable saying that we're in winter now. Yeah, yeah, I'm comfortable saying that. Yeah.
Not ready, not ready.
Also, this weekend got to check out the Tyler Perry documentary, Maxine's Baby. Have you checked it out?
I have not. Like I said, I was just sleeping. I was intending on
Yeah,
watching so much
also,
stuff.
weekend, yeah, on the downtime after like all the festivities we
That
done.
was my thing. I was like, oh, I got downtime. I'm gonna do this. I didn't do nothing. I did nothing.
I think it was real dope. It's basically his life story, as they tell you, like the Tyler Perry story. Yeah. So
I would like to check it out.
yeah.
It's on what streaming?
It's Amazon Prime. I want to say yeah. I want to
Amazon Prime.
believe I watched it on Prime. Yeah, so you can find it on Prime. I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know it's a couple of docs where I know I saw a Little Richard doc on Max, I want to say, that I
Okay,
wanted to
I
check
heard
out.
about that. I didn't see that. I watched the Tyler
I,
Perry.
I saw that pop up in the menu when I was looking at Max, and I saw that pop up in the,
Yeah,
like new to, how they have like the shows you on the screen, shows like what's new.
yeah.
Or I do want to, well, try to figure out when I'm gonna have downtime again. Trying to like figure out my downtime. So I'm like, okay, I gotta factor in when I can watch like my streaming services, basically.
Right.
But
Well,
I definitely do want to check out the Tyler Perry one. Like, okay, the fact whatever opinion you have about
yeah. Well, how you feel about
listing,
his work is his story is interesting. Like
his
no matter
story is
no matter
because
how
he
you
was
feel
homeless
about
at one point, right?
talk
Wasn't he
about
homeless?
yeah, like the
Yeah.
early days, like yeah, when you're trying to like get these plays off the ground, is like yeah, he was homeless during it. Yeah, which is how like the Medea ended up happening because he couldn't afford enough actors, so he said I just play okay, yeah, that's how he ended up playing the character because he couldn't afford an actress to play Medea. So yeah, and then it just yeah took on a life of his own and shit. Yeah,
And then he said, "Hello."
yeah. It was actually by necessity how that happened because he couldn't afford to like pay anybody to do that role. He's like, fuck it, I'll do it.
But yeah,
And they show how he came from that to like when he opened his Tyler Perry Studios, is like which is massive, what 330 acres or some shit like.
yeah, it's bigger than Paramount.
It's
What's
the
the other
biggest
one?
studio in the United States.
Like
Yeah,
I think like three other
Paramount, MGM,
Universal maybe.
Warner is like whatever, like the big ones out there now.
Yeah, it's like I know definitely Paramount definitely because it's like basically if you put like those three companies together, it would still be Rome,
Yeah, where Tyler Perry Studios are.
and it's on the land of like where Confederate slaveholders used to
Talk
own that
about
land.
that during the BET Awards. It's like Confederate age who fought for the right to own Negroes is now owned by one Negro.
No, but my one when he said that, I was like,
Dropped it.
"That's when you do the slow clap." I was like, that was a slow clap moment. It was like, but like I said, whatever opinion you feel about him, whether his body of work, his personal life, whatever, the way that he does his deal, whatever your opinion is, it's like you have to still tip your hat that it's pretty freaking amazing that a man who was homeless, what, 25, 28 years ago or something,
That, yeah.
is a multi-billionaire.
Owns the biggest studio in the United States.
He's in the billions with
Yeah.
the beat.
Yeah. It's crazy. But
That's a encouraging thing to see that, it's not where you start or how you start.
now, like I'm glad he got to open the Tyler Perry Studios when he did, because like a lot of our legends, because they showed the footage from the premiere like that are not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Like Sidney Poitier, for example, he was there.
Harry Belafonte.
Belafonte, Ruby D was there. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, like all of the like I'm glad he had it, so they got to be a part of that. Yeah, they
Cicely
were from
Tyson.
old Hollywood. Cicely Tyson was there too. They were from old Hollywood when
Oh,
like
Hollywood.
the back door and yeah.
Also, when they remember whites only signs, and they remember having to, like you said, having to go in the back door.
They could perform. They you can perform, but you can't come through the front
You
door.
can't
Like
come through the front.
that era is like yeah, all of them.
But Red Fox was like, nope. Red Fox was one of the early ones who said, no, nope.
Hall and two, they were like, yeah, that's hey, like if I can't walk through the front, I'm not performing. So yeah.
But that just boggles. I still gotta watch that off of Hulu. I still have to watch that documentary about black Vegas and black, something like that, being black in Vegas. Like they talk about like the black people who did residencies in Vegas. They like did a history of that. I gotta go and find that doc. But it's just crazy. Like I can't even imagine like your name is in these big lights and I have to go through the side door. Like what? Like I can't wrap my head around that. Like I know the story, I know it happened, obviously, but that's just so crazy that we came from a time where like not that long ago that was okay to do. In the 50s, that was okay to do.
Yeah.
Think about our mom was born already. Like you get what I'm saying. We know people that were born before
Our
1950.
mom went to Emmett Till's funeral. Always
Right. We know people that were born before 1950. We do that are still alive.
yeah.
It might be your parents. It might be, depending on your age, it might be your grandparents. It might be an uncle or an aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Might be an old cousin. Like some of us have like older cousins.
You know, the pastor of your church, anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we know some your neighbor, Miss Lucy. We know somebody who was born before 1950, basically. Everybody does know somebody born before 1950 now. So they that was like okay to do at some point. It's just like, but like you said, you got to see like the legend of Black Hollywood excellence, basically.
Yeah.
Just
I was looking. I was like, oh, it's good that the premiere happened while all of them were still here. Like that's all of this.
not exactly who I named. The first name I was like Harry Belafonte, Cicely Tyson. First names I said.
Wow, City 28 was the first one I thought of. He's like,
Because
and he
Ruby D,
dedicated
like
like studios to like all of he named like the studios after like a lot of the legends, like the Sidney Poitier studio, the soundstage. Yeah, the soundstage he named that like Halle Berry soundstage, Whoopi Goldberg soundstage. Is like he named them
just so
after
iconic to do because it's really giving these people their flag. I know Denzel, I'm sure has his Denzel.
Denzel, Will Smith, yeah, like the big name. And like the most ironic one is the Spike Lee soundstage.
Spike Lee, I said that.
That's the ironic one because they showed the footage of like when Spike Lee was like criticizing him, earlier. Huh? And then like to go from that to like him dedicating a soundstage to Spike Lee soundstage is like it's
But
like
whether
like a full circle moment. It's
but
like
whether the opinions, like I said, they both have different views on how they want to portray their work. That's what I say about both Spike and Tyler. They're
and
both black directors
and there's some hate going. Let's be honest. It's like
and they have
how
different
hot
views.
Spike wasn't at the time, so that's why
Exactly.
he was lashing
And they
out.
have different views.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean, I'm fine with opinions or whatnot, but like as a man just standing up for himself with that, Tyler did do the right thing by then. Because like, how can you have a soundstage like Spike Lee is one of the greatest directors, not
yeah.
black directors. He's one of the greatest directors,
Some
not
would
black,
say he was
not
like
just black.
some would say he is the greatest black director, and like you just said, like one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, he's like his works, Malcolm X, School Days, um, Do the Right Thing. Oh my God, Do the Right Thing was so great. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that might be my favorite Spike Lee joint. Is to do the right thing.
between Malcolm X and Do the Right Thing, between those two,
Mo Better is great.
Oh
Is
Bad Blues,
the great
Jungle Fever. Um,
which a lot of people don't realize the only time Denzel and Wesley, like the only movie they did together was Mo Better, which seems like
hmm,
they should have done more. Yeah, like two just black.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
The
Yeah.
time they ever did a movie together was Mo Better.
But you can't knowingly have him and just not include his, like, whether whatever person opinion you have about each other, it's like he's one of the, like, it's like you just want to say black director if you just want to go that route, but he's one of the best directors, period. So
He does have the Spike Lee soundstage. I was like, yeah, the irony is like, yeah. So
when
that's
I saw that he had that, I remember when I saw
I
that.
remember when the premiere when they talked that was a big that was in the headline like on Gossip and all of that. That was big in the headlines.
Yeah, shade room, all that. Yeah.
But yeah, after criticizing Tyler Perry dedicates a soundstage to Spike Lee, that was
When
like
I saw that, I was like, whoa. I'm like, he's pulling like I'm going. He Michelle Obama. He went high. He went high. He didn't go low. He went high.
yeah.
And Spike had to feel like, man, like
Spike
that
was
was,
at the premiere. It's like he's like, hey, he's like he was honored to be here.
he was honored. Like, yeah, like wow. And Spike is also a Oscar winner too now.
Yeah.
Hello, he's an Oscar. He won an Oscar
That's
for Black
around the time when he
Klansman.
got his Oscar, so Spike was mellowed by then. Yeah, he got it. I think
Mm-hmm.
during that same era, it was like when the Tyler Perry Studios opened, he got his Oscar around that time.
He
So
got his Oscar,
Spike was a different dude than like he was, let's say, like
which was presented by his longtime,
5, 6 years earlier when he was criticizing. He was like a little bit of a different dude by then.
which was presented by his longtime pal Sam Jackson. Which
Yeah,
it was just a full circle moment
that
that,
was perfect casting.
yeah.
That yeah they had him presented. Yeah, that was like perfect for that.
And I don't know if you've seen that video of it's a TikTok that somebody made or where they said like when black people presenters present to the winner who's black, and they would basically show like a reaction video of how we act when when like the person wins as black, and like we all have the same reaction because like when Sam opened the envelope, we get like the we get like that.
It's like when
Like,
Common and John Legend won for Glory and Prince presented them is like that's what Common said if you would have told me like back like when Common's like my age like yeah if you had told me back he's like a little older than he was taking the Purple Rain
in the
era
early 90s,
you
yeah.
had told me like back then like that Prince would be presenting me an award giving me an award I wouldn't have believed you. It's like you can't predict those things. It's like
Right.
so happy that Prince happened to be presenting that award, so that Prince would be handing me an award. It's like, which is fucking dope. It's like, yeah, they comment was like, my mind would have been blown if you had told me back then that you'd win an award and Prince was going to be presented to you. That was like one of those cool moments that when you win your award and then Prince is the one doing the present.
Nice. Nice.
But check it out, Tyler. It's called Maxine's Baby. As mom. Yeah,
Yeah, Maxine's Baby. And it's on
Perry.
Amazon Prime. So
Yeah,
maybe I might try to make time to watch it today.
I recommend it. Yeah, you into like
What's it
rags?
about?
You into rags to riches stories? You'll like it.
What's it about, like 2 hours or something?
Either an hour and a half or 2 hours, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I might do that while I'm doing like my last minute like little stuff. I could put it on and watch it. I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'm gonna get it done today.
Okay. So now that we got the fun stuff, it's like let's get to the debauchery and shit.
Oh God, we always have debauchery.
Start with Tiffany Haddish. She got a DUI. You heard? She
I
ready.
saw that.
She ready.
My question is, Uber and Lyft don't exist.
Oh, when you ready, they don't exist, kid.
But like that's my thing about anybody now. Even us regular people, like I have a damn Uber app on my like I had to like, I put the Uber app on my phone because it's like I usually drive everywhere, but like not I don't drink, but I mean like when I went out of town, I need to catch an Uber. So then I set up my Uber account. I'm like, okay, let me set up my Uber account. And I set up a Lyft account. I set up an Uber and a Lyft for me when I went out of town. So
that's why all
yeah.
of us have that option now. Where like we can order, like well, back in the day, it's like ordering a car was like some rich people did.
Yeah,
Now
I'll get my driver.
yeah, yeah. I'll send you a car. It's like now we can all do that shit because
Uber be there in 10 minutes, 15 or whatever.
it closed the gap like back in the day. Like having a car come get you, that was like some rich people did. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like we all can do that. Yeah. So
Oh,
rest
that's
of
my thing.
yeah.
Why are you out there?
She was driving under
Drinking?
the influence. Yeah, she
What are
received
you
a call.
doing?
She said she appeared to be found slumped over the wheel of a vehicle while the car engine was still running. So she fell. She was so drunk she fell asleep while the car was running and shit. But
Didn't this happen before with her or somebody else?
I'm probably yeah.
I thought I saw that story with with somebody else where they was slumped over or something. Like I can't remember who it was, but it's like the car was on, and then like when the police were trying to, like, then you were like incoherent, like you're not making sense when you're trying to talk. Because you can tell when someone is inebriated. You can tell.
Right. She had done her show at the Laugh Factory, so it's happening in L.A. Yeah, and
Mm.
yeah. So I guess after the show, she had too much. Yeah, she was ready too much. She was too ready and shit. So she had to sleep that shit off.
And I'm not even mad about sleeping in your car. Like I mean, because sometimes you do have to sleep off alcohol. Like I'd rather you just get in your car and go to sleep.
Yeah, it is good that you just pull over if you fucked up and shit. Pull off to the side and shit. Then to try to, I can make it home and shit. Like, no, you can't.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. And my thing is like it's like we keep on saying Uber and Lyfts exist. Like you can catch a car, you can get a car to drive you.
Yeah, but
And then well, your car may be towed or it may be ticketed. I mean, that's that's the lesson learned. Like when you come back to get your car the next day, it may be towed or ticketed. So
yeah, if that's why you plan ahead, take the car to the venue. Uber there
I
is like, yeah.
think she has like a lot's just been happening with her ever since just
Ever
a
since
lot
the allegations with
the out
yeah,
okay, because like she broke up with Common, so that was one thing.
had a breakup,
She had to break up.
then the crazy allegations.
And the allegation with Aries Spears and that whole thing.
Yeah,
And when she was at the what was it, the MTV Awards, and she was acting bizarre, like calling out Shakira's name. She was acting real bizarre doing that. And she's just been really just, I don't know. I just hope that whatever she's going through, that she's
they have her lucky dress on. That's why she did. I'm talking shit. Should have
I
worn.
just hope that
Should have
whatever,
worn a lucky dress at the award show. She'd have been okay.
but you'll see that though, a lot of people who like it's like what's that called? Is it called imposter syndrome? Is that what that's called? Like when people, if you get where you've been doing something, you've been doing it, and then you finally just get all this fame, all
You
this
make
stuff,
it,
like just
and you start it. It messes with you
you start
psychologically.
doubting it, and you start, am I deserving? Am I worthy of it? And you start, you almost like it's like you self sabotage basically.
Yeah,
And like I hope that that's not happening with her because I'm just looking at it. It just seems to happen. Like some people can't handle the pressures of fame and fortune and that. Like, so it's like you went from being, like I said, we saw like her humble story about her, like, not having money and Kevin Hart had to like pay for her hotel.
hell yeah. He gave it to him. Even Lynn, he gave her the money for the hotel. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he gave her the money for the hotel because he saw that she was sleeping in her car. And he said that you're a pretty girl. You shouldn't be sleeping in your car. Here's money for a hotel.
He didn't listen. She's still sleeping in her car.
But he told her that. So I'm wondering if that's like what's going on. Is like if it's something like that going on where it's like the feeling of like this self-sabotage kind of thing.
Yeah,
Because I mean it's unfortunate if it is because I mean I know a lot of people don't like her stuff. I know people
it's
who
like with
don't like
Tyler
her.
Perry. Yeah, like people don't like her. What she
But
does.
I mean I think that in comedic roles, I think that she's pretty good. Like I mean I really don't know like her stand-up too well like that. I really think,
We saw her
and we
once.
saw her like one time early in her career. We saw her like one time, and it was kind of like it was some jitters there, but I chuckled. I wasn't doubled over laughing, but
I
you know
saw
what
her
I mean.
like
But I mean, she was very
like
early, and,
10 years ago. It was about 10 years ago.
and
10 years
stand up
ago, we saw her like once. It's like yeah,
and stand up is incredibly difficult. Like people who try to act like stand up is very hard to do. It is. Like I know several comedians. It's very hard to do stand up. It is.
my one date stand up career.
You
Shout out
were
Damon.
one and done.
Shout out Damon
One and done.
Wayans. Literally one and done. Yeah. Shout out Damon. Yeah.
But no, though, it's like everybody think I can do that. It's like, no, you can't. You can't do that. No, no, you can't. It's incredibly hard. Like even like what we're like podcasting, what we're doing, people, I can do. You're just talking. It's like, okay, come on, do it. Do it with me. Come on.
We turn that mic on, y'all Cindy Brady that shit. Then it's like, anybody can do it, so they sit there. It's like,
Uh, or you're just saying the same thing. Yeah, yeah. You sound like Beavis and Butthead. You sound like that. It's hard to do certain things. It is. But, like I said, in the movies, I think that she does in the comedic roles. Like, I like her. Like, I like Girls Trip. That was funny.
yeah, that's
Um,
the best role, obviously.
what was that other movie I saw? It was some movie. It was basically like a prank movie. I forgot the name of it. It's like another guy. He's like a comedian. It's like basically they were doing like pranks to unsuspecting people, and they like filmed like the whole thing, and it made a movie. And she was like a crazy ass character in it,
I
and
don't like Jackass, but
something like it was like Black Jackass. Basically, I forgot the name of that movie. I forgot the
it's called Blackass. That's what it's called.
name.
That's what it should have been called. It's like, that's cold. Yeah, starring in Blackass.
It's like a porno now. I mean, it's like it's going a whole other direction. That's what it sounds like porn to me.
Might
But
not win an Oscar, you'll win an AVN award for that shit.
God. But yeah, it was really funny though. It was a really funny movie. I can't think of the name of it because Marcus and I just watched it on whim one day. I think we were both off work and we just was like, oh, let's check this out there. It was like definitely like the toilet humor. Like if you're into intellectual stuff, you're gonna say it's dumb, but everything
I'm
doesn't have
not
to
going to
be
even look it up. It's Blackass as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to know the name of it. I'm gonna call it Blackass. Whatever the name is not as funny as that shit.
It was a really silly. I think Lil Rel was in it too. I think
Hey,
he was in it. I
y'all,
think if I remember correctly.
that's the homie right there.
It was like a really silly, it was just really, really
Him and
funny.
Tiffany are like real good friends anyway. They go way back.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm. But they have good chemistry together.
they both blew up around the same time too. It was
Mm-hmm.
like like they both got big like
It's a
around
movie that's coming out on Disney Plus. It's like a holiday because all the holiday movies are loaded now.
the
So it's
holiday
like
season. Yeah.
it's a holiday movie with Lil Rel and Ludacris on Disney Plus. I
Okay.
forgot the name of it, but I saw it like on the banner, when I logged in. I was like, oh, I was like, I might watch that with the kids. I might put that on and watch with them because they can watch that and then I have to watch Die Hard by myself.
And trading places.
And Trading Places by myself. I can't watch that with the kids. They too young. I'm not gonna be that parent. I mean, the 80s, our parents didn't care about what we watched.
Yep.
Shout out Richard Pryor. But we care. We
and
care.
not Brewster's Millions and Car Wash. We talking about Richard Pryor stand up.
But things were a little different. The 80s was a little bit
Yeah,
different.
definitely saw Raw
Um,
before I should have seen it. And shit.
I was watching Beverly Hills Cop and I was like probably
Saw that
Khalil's age.
before. I saw it before.
Like, why the hell was I watching Beverly Hills Cop and Khalil's age? Why was I watching that?
Inspector Todd. Was he meant to be funny or not? The world may never know. And shit.
And I watched whatchamacallit. I watched Purple Rain. I should never have watched. I was like 4 watching Purple Rain. I should have never been watching that at
I'm
4 years
watching
old.
Stripes and Police Academy and all of that shit. Like when I was
We watched all that when we were like 5, 6, like when we were like
nerds,
really
all of
young.
that shit I was
Original,
watching.
yeah, we watched all that. All of that we
All
watched.
these
We were
movies
like
and
5
shit.
watching all
It was
that.
like, yeah, all of this shit. What else?
Highly inappropriate.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, all of that shit. I saw.
Highly inappropriate.
Shouldn't have been watching none of that shit.
I don't. So it was just a lot of gratuitous nudity in the 80s. It was
The
just
80s because PG-13 didn't exist. So like the filmmakers said, if I'm gonna get an R rating, I'm not gonna get it for one F bomb. We're gonna get
PG or R.
Yep.
That was the
Why
PG.
get an R for like having somebody say fuck like twice in your movie? Let's show them actually fucking. It's like, yeah, we're gonna get an R rating. We're gonna get the R rating anyway, so we might as well go all in. That's why you saw way more nudity in movies back in the day. They said we're gonna be R-rated anyway. We might as well be a real R-rated movie, not a fake R-rated movie because the character said fuck a
Let's
couple of
just
times.
let's go full smut. Let's just do it all out. Let's go full smut.
But then once 13 became a thing, it's like it changed the way films were made, which you could blame solely on Gremlins and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Like
He
that's the
ripped
reason.
out his heart.
Because like Gremlins was just they were murdering people.
They were murderers.
And
They
then
were murderous gremlins.
which is another great Christmas movie, by the way. Yeah, I don't know if you gotta be on the fence if you want to show the kids that one. Because technically it's a PG movie, but do you really want to show them Gremlins? It's like
I'm kind of like, I was like, maybe Ariana can handle gremlins, but
Ari would laugh. Yeah.
Khalil would be trying to sleep in my bed with me for like the next 2 weeks.
Gremlins
If I do
PG,
that,
but
he'll
it
be
was
in my
like
bed.
actual murders and the shit. It's like, yeah. And then the Indiana Jones, like they rip a guy's heart out.
That's hard, yeah.
That one creeped me out. Like
That gave me nightmares.
Gremlins was funny to me. I can admit that. I was like, I found it funny. But
Gremlins scared me because I was scared of Stripe.
Gremlins was funny. Yeah, like, yeah.
I was young, so I mean,
Stripe melts at the end. That was a little creepy when he dies, but like other than that, Gremlins was funny to me.
no, the Stripe was scary to me. He
Man,
scared me.
when the guy's heart got ripped out in Indiana Jones,
That scared me. I had
can
nightmares.
admit I was up at night on that one. It's like
I had nightmares a lot about that.
one and shit.
And the other one, Indiana Jones, when they were in that, when they were eating the brains or something, and
that's from Temple of Doom too. When they were eating and the scene with the bugs crawling all
with
over
the bugs, like oh my god, I was so scared. I was so scared. Like I was like. I had nightmares like a while after that. I was so scared of that.
It's all night and shit. Feeling bugs that ain't even there.
And my cover moved on my skin. I was like that. I was so scared. But like I was young though when that came out. I was young.
Yeah.
I was.
Both of those were like 84, so you'd have been like they very young.
Yeah. So maybe by the time I saw it, maybe I was like 5 by the time I saw it, probably. Yeah. So I was really young. Once again, I should not have been watching that. Like, why the hell was mom and dad letting me watch that?
Even though those were PG, they still weren't appropriate for kids.
They weren't appropriate for
which
5.
is why they had to create a 13 rating. We need something separate from PG, something that way they put it up to the parents, like, yeah, hey, if you want to, you can show your kids this, but like we suggest you don't, but you can if you want. That's the PG rating. The 13 rating 13. Is like, if you want to, but we just tell you probably shouldn't show it to little kids.
It's not suitable for children under 13.
It's like,
probably not suitable for children.
They can watch it, but you probably shouldn't show it to little kids. It's like that's why the 13 rating was created, because Indiana Jones creeped us out. It's like that's why
they're in bed sleeping with you for the next 3 weeks. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen with these kids.
The guy's heart got ripped out in Temple.
No, leave the light on, mommy. Leave the light on.
Can't imagine watching that shit now. I was like, with the big TVs and in 4K and all. I don't think.
Now you just said, I was like, I might want to watch it. I was like,
nah. On our little 19 inches, like we were creeped out on that shit. It's like, so imagine seeing that shit in
75-inch 4K.
In 4K.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
I'd be traumatized now if I seen it back then like that and shit.
That's a hard pass. Because I was like, well, maybe we can watch stuff in the basement. And I'm like, nah, now that you just said that, I'm like, hard pass now.
But even the older movies like aren't as bad because they still kind of look a little grainy and shit. They got the bars on the side, so it's not as creepy. But if it was a new creepy movie, I wouldn't watch that probably.
Yeah, I might watch it. I might do that. I might watch some of my old classic films. Like I said, on the big screen now. I might watch some of the good stuff on the big screen. I might do that.
Dr. Jones.
I might do that. Short round,
yeah. Indiana Jones was the shit. Facts. All right, where we going next, kid? We gotta talk about Diddy with more allegations. Shout out my guy Jamal. He posted the funniest shit. He's like, yeah, guess Diddy tried to buy NBC and shit.
no, they said he tried to buy Tubi. Take that.
Bad boy. Yeah. Now it's like 3 other women, some shit. I forgot what it was. I think now is a money grab, which I suggested last week. Cassie, it probably was a little bit of a money grab, but she probably had receipts, so that's why they settled.
That shit. I think he did that shit. Probably.
I think I gave the best answer. Is like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Diddy is a shady motherfucker in his business, so if he's shady businessman, I can see him being shady in other areas too. Shit, yeah.
And then you think about like this, like people talk about the whole thing about well, why not pursue a criminal case and this and that. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. It was a whole videotape of R. Kelly urinating on a 14-year-old child, and
That
yet
had a
still he didn't go to
certification, he
jail.
got acquitted.
It was a whole videotape
Yep.
of that encounter
Yep. Which he did get charged criminally with and still got acquitted.
and still got acquitted and made a
Yeah.
song about it.
Yeah.
Jigga Kelly made a song about it.
Yeah, video.
Made a song about it.
Even mentioned in another one with the Make It Rain remix. The skeet, 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 the weather man about to make it rain. He was even joking about this shit. Yeah.
He made, and then the other, he married a 15-year-old child. He married Aaliyah when she was 15. Like the evidence was there, and he never went to jail until now, until
It took like just like OJ. It took
30
like,
years to get him, but
and that's because of the surviving R. Kelly. That's when
yeah,
they said let's we didn't get him on. Let's see what else he did, and then that's when the Azriel and all of that shit is like
yeah,
yeah.
and then the
Rock
racketeering and
Land and all of that, yeah. Like you say, okay, it's like it's new shit. He got that the statute hasn't run out on. It's like, yeah.
but that's why when people say, well, why not pursue? But because if you have a lot of money and a lot of power and fame, you add all those together, money, power, and fame, that's the trifecta right there.
And also, you remember the Cosby case? It was a hung jury the first time he got tried on
Yeah,
that.
that's why he did that.
They had to retry it to like get the conviction. So even that is like the jury was still like, I don't. It was half. Half probably thought he did it. Other half probably thought he didn't do it. It was
They
split.
said
Yeah.
They said Dr. Huxtable didn't do that.
Yeah.
He's not Dr. Huxtable. He's not.
That was a hung jury. It's like, yeah, they were like, I don't know if he did it. And the other
So
half,
that shows you why people go
criminal.
the other way. You're probably going to get, and then I have to relive all this shit in court. And then you know how defense attorneys are. They're going to badger you and make you feel like shit.
They get history up.
I mean, I watch Law and Order. I mean, I know it's not, I mean, I know that's TV, but I watch a lot of Law and Order SVU. That's my show. When the marathon comes on, I'm like, yeah. In the criminal justice system, I'm like, yeah. I like watch it. Every time the marathon's on, I watch it. I love some SVU. But it's like that actually, I think
I'm a fan of the original Law and Order.
I think some of that happens. I mean, obviously it's sensationalized for TV, obviously, but I think that some of that sandbagging the witnesses comes in place in court. I think that they do get in on you and do that to make you, because like their job is to get their client off. They want to get their client acquitted. So they're going to dig up everything about you. Well, let's say that, okay, like they look at your history. Let's say for a woman that accused a guy of sexual assault. They look at your history. They see that you worked for a week as an escort. They would dig up stuff like that about you. That you worked for 1 week as an escort, but they will bring that to the trial and hammer that to show your character being that you're a liar now because you worked as an escort for a week. And you have to relive that. You see what I mean? So like people would rather avoid reliving stuff like that. So that's why they'll just go and say, hey, you know, civil, like, yeah, you did this shit to me, but now you want to pay for it, motherfucker, basically. And that's what it is.
And that's my whole thing with the and Cassie. Like, did he do it? I don't know. I wasn't there, but I just go by the evidence presented to me. It's like where there's smoke, there's fire. Like the settlement is the smoke and fire. The people don't settle for shit they didn't do and shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Second one is like I said, he's a shady businessman. We could admit that.
And the fact that I'm going back to you was like 40 years old with this 19-year-old and you were supposed to be her boss. Like that's just creepy.
I have a
That's
problem
just,
with that. It's like that's depends on your views, like and your yeah, you could look at
like
that.
me as a woman, it's like that's just so.
And you have a daughter too, yeah.
And I have a daughter. That's just so inappropriate. It is. That's just like you're supposed to be there. You were supposed to be her boss, and you were supposed to be. It was supposed to be a business professional relationship. It should have never blurred the line of like a relationship with this girl.
But you
And
shouldn't
she was a child.
fraternize with
Yeah,
the
she was a child under you. She was. She was a child.
and that's
So,
my whole thing. Shady businessman, smoke, there's fire. So yeah, it's believable. Yeah, he did that shit.
mm-hmm.
he didn't whatever cast he had, he didn't want it to get out. Yeah, so they settled.
And you think about that, like I mean, the years that she was around for what, like a decade, 12 years, something like that.
Years,
She was
11.
with him for at least a decade, and you think about moments like, like when she was recounting some of those stories about like when she got beat by him, and then she was like she was forced to stay in the hotel because when you have money and power, like I said, when you're like I said, if you're like a poor person in a domestic situation, you get beat up, somebody's gonna see you with a black eye. Someone's gonna see you. But if you got money and this guy has a lot of money and a lot of power, he can have doctors come in and keep you in. That's
And
believable
bodyguards to keep you from leaving. All
to
of that.
keep you from leaving. So now it's just like it's just pretend. Oh, you were on vacation, enjoying your vacation, girl. I see you. I see you. And then you're really like, yeah, I was enjoying my vacation, all right. Healing from getting my eye swollen and this lip busted. But
Wait, how's your eye? Like she said in Baby Boy.
but people can hide things. Like you never know about certain things. Like if you want to perceive this notion that you're in a happy relationship, and if the thing that you're showing off is that, you know, the day that they always show with Diddy is that he always showered her with stuff. She was showered with gifts and material things. She was just so showered with the lavish life. And but was she really living a lavish life? You only know what was posted, what was portrayed as being. That's all we saw. But you dig deeper,
So it's two
it's
more women. It's not three. I'm looking at the story. Well, according to the Associated Press, I always cite my sources. That's what I looked at for the Tiffany Haddish story. Too, so I'm citing my sources.
yes, Associated Press.
It says two other women. It's like, yeah, came forward to accuse Diddy of sexual abuse.
And I said this, I said that with all this Me Too and everything, I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As soon as the first Me Too, like with Weinstein, when that started coming to the surface, I'm like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I said, it's probably so much shit under that
That's
nobody
when
even knows.
after Weinstein is when they retried Bill Cosby. That's why he got convicted. Now he got released because it was
A
illegal.
technicality.
Yeah,
I watched it.
yeah, the case was about to go past the statute. It was something like a
They
week
watched it.
away and shit, and like and so that prosecutor illegally used like the
He did.
deposition and
And
yeah,
he did.
and so yeah, they say, hey, like there's illegal evidence, so if that's the only evidence you had, then my client should be released immediately.
Because that was inadmissible in court. The
And this,
documents were sealed. They were
the
sealed
jury would have never
documents.
heard that. It's like, so without that, you don't have a case. It's like, so that's why Cosby
Once
got
your records are sealed, you cannot unseal something that's been sealed. You
just
can't do that.
because your case is crumbling, you can't do that.
Right. You can't do that. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how the legal system works. It's checks and balances put in place to prevent, you know,
We have a Fifth Amendment and we have a Sixth Amendment for reasons like that.
correct. And I don't even claim to know everything about it. I said I just watch a lot of Law and Order SVU. That's why I say I'm not a lawyer by no means.
I know it's a little. I know the Constitution, kind of, yeah, especially the Second Amendment. But yeah, I know the Constitution. You'd be because shout out Miss Gibbs. Yes, I know some Constitution.
Yeah, I know the Constitution, yeah. Mr. Hickson.
I didn't memorize all of it, but I know certain parts, and I know like the due process thing is to do with the Fifth and the Sixth Amendment. You have rights because of those two amendments. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Protects you in court. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can't obtain stuff to do a legal search. You have to have a warrant.
That's your Fourth Amendment there, yeah.
See, like I said, we know about. See, we
Fourth,
know.
Fifth, and Sixth, like really protect your rights, like with that stuff.
Exactly. Like somebody just can't bust in my house. You don't have a warrant. You can't come in my house. No,
like, yeah.
You have no warrant. You can't come in my house. Absolutely.
There's exceptions to everything. The exigent circumstances they call. Like if they hear screams coming from the house, they're allowed to enter it in. Because you're not gonna let
hear a gunshot or something like that. Yeah.
Or if they see you like trying to destroy the evidence, they're trying to flush drugs down the toilet, they can enter it. You try
to set something on fire.
Yeah,
you know, people set things on fire. Yeah.
In plain sight, and they see you trying to destroy evidence, or if they hear screams like that. Yeah, but other than that, you need a warrant. You can't enter somebody's house without a search, unless they invite you in. So yeah, then the warrant becomes null and void. So they say, "Yeah, mind if I take a look around?" If you say yes, then you can't cry warrant after that. You let them
basically
come
not. not being funny. It's like vampires. If you invite a vampire in your house,
Exactly.
then
Yeah. The cops like vampires. Yeah.
like vampires.
Cops are like vampires. They say, yeah. All right, you go. Mind if I take a look around? It's like what a lot of our people don't realize we can tell them no. It's like, yeah,
You don't know.
white people know that shit. It's like, well, not all white people, some dumbasses, but yeah, a lot of yeah, like, a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, and your car too. It's like, yeah, yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
mind opening the trunk for me? Yeah. No, I'm not opening my trunk. You can
No,
tell
pretty
them.
much.
It's like, yeah. You open the glove box, nope. They can't
Nope.
open it without a warrant. It's like you could tell, yeah. So if you got something in there, you just tell them no. It's your rights. It's like to tell, like, nah, I'm not open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you open it to like get your like light your insurance out and they see the gun,
See a
then
gun.
yeah,
Well, well, they see it. They see a brick, El Chapo. They see a brick
the
in your
drugs in
car.
there and shit. It's
You
like,
know, then it's like, okay,
yeah, they're allowed to say like, hey, what's that? It's like if
what's
they,
that?
it's like, but if you just tell them like, nah, I'm not opening it, then like there's nothing they can do. Like they got to get a warrant to open
Know
it.
your rights. That's the bottom line. Know your rights.
Yeah,
Know all that.
but
But like I said, it could be like, but I think that like, but I've been saying that it's been a change on the horizon. I've been saying that for a while. Like a lot of people, and this is how I know that some guys I know that or that I know of, I know some of these guys are on bullshit because why are you getting mad because now you can't be a creep anymore? Like for far too long, we let shit just slide by. Like a movie we always use as an example. Like in Face Off when Cassie Troy as Sean Archer palms the girl's ass, who's his secretary.
yeah,
Remember he just
grab
palms her ass, and that would happen all the time. Like bosses would just be able to just palm their assistant's ass
yeah.
and it would just be fine. It would just be, oh, he's just friendly like that, or he's just a little bit touchy. He's just a little handsy. No, he's not handsy. That's assault. You can't just grab someone's ass and just think it's okay.
Think
You
that's
can't
what the movie 9 to 5 was about. I never saw it. But I think it was about sexual
working
harassment.
9 to 5.
Everybody was shout out to all the dudes that were being thirsty about Dolly Parton's halftime show the other day. It's like
That sounds like that.
Dolly Parton's like my mom's age.
He's
Knock,
like 77. I Googled it. I was like, while we were
Dolly
watching,
Parton's like my mom's age. Knock it off. That's all.
I was like, how old is Dolly Parton? I Googled that while we were watching the show. They're like, Dolly Parton is 77.
It's like knock it off.
They don't have uniform though, because you know to wear that Cowboys cheerleader outfit, that you gotta be put together to wear that. You gotta be put together.
Shout out Lotto and Saucy Santana. She took what her doctor gave. A lot of work to look like that at 77.
That though, she did good at the halftime show. I think she did good.
A lot of work. She got the Joan River special. Shout
She
out
is
Dolly.
77. She is a legit 77.
Shout out Dolly. But
I
yeah.
like what Dolly stands for. She's a
Dolly's dope, yeah, but yeah.
I like her humanitarian. Like she's a great, you know, she seems to be, so I don't know these people perfectly, but she seems
all you thirsty motherfuckers, calm down.
yeah, that's too much. Like that's someone's grandmother. Like calm down. Like that's you can't do that. Like that's being inappropriate.
Born dogs that they never seen a woman before. Not
But yeah, though but I'm happy that the world is shifting with that, where it's not just you can just be a creep or just do like the quid pro, the tit for tat, where like yeah, I'll give you this job, but go out to dinner with me. No, you're a fucking creep. I'm not doing that. No.
based off Castor Troy palmed the teenager's ass and then
Like no, I'm not.
Mason came in and stuff. Yep, that's Nicolas Cage. So send him he says he palming a teenager's ass.
Inappropriate. But people would just say, "Oh, he's just handsy, and he's just, you know, like it was just excuses made." But now it's like, no, we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to let these guys be creeps anymore and do that. And guys, like I said, I've noticed that the guys who are getting upset about that, you're a little creepy. You're a damn creep. Like I've seen you do questionable shit. So it's like the reason why you're mad because now your ass may be on the hook, like you know, for something.
Because you were at the Freaknik in 1993. And you scared of those videos getting out of it.
With my age group, you were in Girls Gone Wild.
Oh, wow. Shout out Stony Stable.
Because that was more my age group. The Girls Gone Wild was my age. Old millennials. It's Girls Gone Wild.
Tail end of the Freaknik, it like got shut down a couple of
Yeah,
years.
Xers is like older Xers. Yeah, older Xers and middle Xers are like that
I see
Freaknik shit.
old mid to young Xers, I would say.
Yeah, okay, yeah, mid to young Xers. Yeah, I say
Like my age and a little bit older, let's say.
definitely millennials. It's old millennials. It's definitely Girls Gone Wild. Definitely, it's old millennials.
Gone, wow.
Yeah, you're about 40. You know, that's what.
Jamie Foxx, he got a case as well too.
Hmm.
2015, this incident. We said it never happened. Also on the AP, the Associated Press. I'm looking at it.
And the thing is about like these sexual assault allegations, because isn't it? I think it's a 10-year statute, right? I want to say.
Something like that.
I think it's 10 years for sexual assault things. Because after the 10 years, then it's kind of like,
Yeah.
because 2015, that was 8 years ago. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
It's not like it's forever. Like murder is forever. If you
Murder
kill,
is forever.
they can
You can be
arrest you on
convicted.
murder you did 50 years ago. They can
A
say,
murder that happened in the 70s, you can get convicted for now. Like
yeah,
if they run the DNA evidence and they found that
yeah.
DNA didn't exist back then, but
Murder is no statute to that. It's like,
and
yeah.
they find it like, oh man, the cigarette butt that we found, we were able to extract the DNA and we found that it was this guy. They can do that like 50, like you said. They can do that. They can solve these crimes from like 50 years ago. But at the end of the day, it's like we don't know these celebrities. We don't know what goes on in their personal lives. We don't know their personal business. So just automatically because you're a fan of somebody, automatically
Especially
assuming that
Hotep said
somebody's
it's
lying.
just like it's an attack on black men. Like that's the funny. Not to mention
Weinstein wasn't black. He's
also
not black.
there's all kinds of like white, yeah, like
And the whole thing started because of him. Like the whole Me Too is because of Harvey Weinstein.
and Russell Brand just caught a case we just talked about a few weeks ago. It was
Yeah,
like
he caught a case.
it's like yeah, it's like I
Hyde from
yeah, he just got convicted
what's his
rapist.
name?
Yeah,
Danny Masterson. I can't think of
yeah,
his name.
he got
Yeah, he
convicted.
got
Yeah,
convicted of
yeah,
rape.
yeah. So it's yeah. I if you like one of these people saying that it's an attack on men, then I give you that. It's like, but just to say it's just black men, like you sound like a dumbass.
Yeah, it's not just
I'll
black.
play victim. That's all that is.
No, it's a victory for ending this misogynistic bullshit that like a guy could just be rapey. That's what we're going to end. Like I want my children to grow up in a world where, I don't want my daughter to be harassed by creeps, and I want my son to think that it's okay that he could just take liberties. I'm teaching my kids both. I'm teaching them both the right way. Like, no, you're not going to be a damn creep, and you're not going to let nobody be creepy. Like, we going no. Like, I want my kids to. I don't want that for my kids.
Right.
But just because you're a fan of somebody, you can respect and like their work, but acknowledge that, hey, especially if it is like actual foolproof evidence, like I said, if it's a tape of somebody,
R. Kelly.
if it's a tape of somebody, then, you know, it happened. I'm not saying that you have to stop supporting the person, like stop listening or stop watching their work or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
but
It's like, yeah, I still enjoy the Cosby Show, Fat Albert. I enjoyed all of that. Yeah.
recognize that.
I'm not gonna say that I know
Recognize
that.
that.
I'm not gonna say I definitely don't believe that Cosby did that because I don't know. I wasn't there.
70s was a wild time. Quaaludes was everywhere. It was raining Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Spanish fly. We don't know. I said because you were a child, you were a
Spanish
baby.
fly and cocaine. Let's go. It's a
And cocaine. There you go.
deadly
And I wasn't
combination.
born in the 70s. So I mean we don't know about the 70s
I
like
wasn't at
that.
Studio 54. I was
There
a
you
bit,
go. We wasn't at the original Playboy Mansion.
exactly. I
The
was a
one in Chicago, the one up on
yeah.
where was that at? It was like
The
up it
one
was
in
like
the
in Chicago.
Chicago one,
The one in Chicago, the original one in Chicago.
not the current one in LA, the original. Yeah.
The Chicago one. Yeah.
Now we went to the Vegas Studio 54 and Playboy Club, but we didn't go to the originals and the motherfuckers. We went to the remix and shit. It was all full circle. We went to the P. Diddy remix of them.
A mess.
Before we wrap up, because we running long, it's like one more I had. Derek Chauvin.
I was about to say that. I'm about to say, like, could we touch on Derek Chauvin? Because I saw that pop up in my timeline. I was like,
Got stabbed in prison on Friday, according to the Associated Press. Yeah,
and he's in stable condition for what they said, and they're not releasing any
yeah.
information.
It's like they're not talking about his condition or
How
anything.
it had, they just said he was in
He
stable
got
condition,
stabbed. They said, yeah.
expected to survive. They didn't say how or who. They didn't release any of that because they said that the warden did shut down visitors to the jail for now. Like, the visitation has been shut down. So
Well, yeah, Derek Chauvin was the one convicted of murdering George Floyd. So it was that
yeah,
dumb
who kneeled on George Floyd's neck
6
for
minutes and 40,
9.5 minutes.
whatever it is. It's like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Chauvin. Yeah.
So he got stabbed, and you know, we don't know if it was like I want to know more about. I want to see, like,
I'm
something's
intrigued
gonna
by it.
leak.
So,
Something's gonna
as
leak
soon as I saw it
eventually.
pop up in my timeline, because like I get the alerts, I was like, oh, that
Mhm.
I want to know more about that.
I
That's
want to know more too,
what I'm
especially
talking
the way the warrior was like he shut down visitors. So it's like, did somebody sneaking in?
yeah.
Visitors sneaking in?
Was it an inside job? It's like,
Was it an inside job?
did the guard slip a weapon to somebody? Like, hey, like, man, we used to watch Oz, man.
We watch a lot. I say I watch a lot of Oz too.
Guards were crooked on,
Obviously, you
they
watch
doing
Oz.
Claire Howell. I'm looking at you. There's a lot of crooked guards.
Obviously, you watch Oz. Obviously, you watch Oz. But we watched a lot of Oz back in the day. We watched a lot of that show. Both of us did. We watched a lot of Oz. So I was like, did Ryan O'Reilly have an outside person that,
Ryan O'Reilly did Claire House slip Ryan O'Reilly to
Did Keller get somebody to,
tell
because
another
Keller was
guy,
manipulated. He was
yeah.
another manipulator.
Yeah.
But it was a breach somewhere where something, obviously, but
I say Attic BC got him.
at a BC. But I mean, maybe solitary, maybe where he has to go.
Yeah, he might need protective custody, as they say, because he's probably gonna get gotten. But hey, he had to do his time like everybody, and he's in there for what, 25 years, something like that. So he ain't getting out no time soon.
Yeah, because they ran his stuff concurrently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he just started his like what, last year, something like that. I think 21 when he got him. So
his face, like, just see
still
his
very,
reaction, because like, even though he was masked or whatever, but you could see his eyes, the way his eyes just widen, like
on the charge of second-degree murder, we find Derek Chauvin
his
guilty.
eyes widen like that. They got so wide. I saw his eye. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Was a $20 counterfeit bill really worth it? The alleged 20 counterfeit, was that really worth doing all that?
Well, that's a story for another time as we wrap up not another podcast. So 338, thanks for supporting us. You know how we do it. We definitely appreciate you. You want to support us further, give us a like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube, and your Amazon Alexa devices. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how it gets down.
And you can check me at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SERHULAY1 on Twitter, SERHULAY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.